right, Grand Rising, good day, and welcome to you all. You are tuned into the Peak Wellness Hour. We are so excited to be here with you all. I am your host, Angelina, aka Queen G. We are here with Queen Professor Pastor Edith, Queen Edith, and of course, King A. Shawn with Transformation Greatness and SBN. We've had a terrific month here with the Peak Wellness Hour, just sowing seeds, diving in deep. If you've missed the first and second week of April, you have missed some amazing conversations. So you definitely want to tune into that and go back and watch it. If you've seen it, go back and watch it again, because we're going to finish up with sowing seeds for the month of April the next couple of weeks starting today. So make sure you hit that like button, share, subscribe, and we're going to dive in just a second. All right. So how is everyone's week going? Hope everybody's well. How's everything going? Let's see. Okay. If you are in the virtual building, please say hello. We want to engage with you all. Last week, like I said, we had really great conversations. I was expecting some more feedback from last week. And some more engagement in the comment section. So if you missed that, go back and comment. Okay, we want to hear what you have to say about both conversations. Queen Edith started out the month with mindfulness. Amazing conversation, amazing. So deep, like only she could do it. Then we had week 2 with King Shawn A. diving into hypnotherapy and just therapy work, just working on yourself. Amazing. If you all missed that, all those links are in the description. You want to check out what he has going on, you can reach him in his website and all these social media platforms, all of us. So we're super excited about that. This third week, we're going to be talking about breath work. Okay. Before we dive into it, we're going to have the rest of the panel speak, starting with Queen.
Blessed Holy Saturday. This is an amazing day when we remember the death and the resurrection of our Savior, Jesus Christ. If you're a Christian, this is a day that is very significant in your life. Well, Peak Wellness Hour. This is your Peak Wellness Hour. And today I'm calling all caregivers. I'm calling all hardworking men and women. I'm calling all stressed out. Come today. Come. Just invite somebody because we're going to learn ways to reset, to rest. I didn't know breathing had so much power, but we're going to learn a whole lot about breathing and how it can help us reset, rejuvenate, so we can move on to the next. Okay, so take a minute, invite a friend, and let's get into this together. See you, Queen.
I'm sorry. Let's hear from the King first. Let's dive in, King. How are you doing? What's going on? What's your feedback on this month? What you got going on?
Great morning, ladies and gents. I tell you, breath work, this is going to be very, very fun because I remember when I was in school learning about hypnotherapy, and one of our instructors was actually teaching on breath work and how that goes actually hand in hand with NLP and hypnosis. And just seeing the power of that, I think that when people hear breath work, it's exciting, but they don't know on how potent and powerful breath work truly is. And I am someone that is a fan of it. To be able to learn more and allow for Queen G to really dive in, this is going to be fun, especially, and I believe very beneficial, especially for myself right now at this moment because I'm dealing with a little tightness in my neck and back. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to this. And remember to like, comment, and share this podcast on all your respective platforms. And of course, we love engagement and interaction. So we always want to know as far as what were some of your takeaways? What were some of the things in which kind of stood out? Any aha moments? Any like, huh, okay, we want to hear from you. That's all I got for you.
I love it. Thank you so much. I love it. And grand rising to Queen Kathy B with the United Empires of Akibalon. Thank you for being here, Queen. Okay, so we're going to do breath work. Okay, we're going to be talking about breathing, the importance of breathing. And it is something that we all take for granted throughout the day. You know, King Shawn was talking about, we're talking about subconscious and consciousness and whatnot the past couple of weeks, and how we're actually engaged in our own lives. Okay, so for me, I think I've had to learn to incorporate breathing into my life. And that sounds crazy because that's what we do. It sounds bizarre. That's what we do. We're breathing now, whether we're thinking about it or not. But having to incorporate it is about intention, right? And we've talked about intention, haven't we? So I want you all to think about something for a second. I want you to think about throughout this week, and I hope everyone has had a wonderful week. We're going to continue to have wonderful days, but I want you to think about a situation throughout the week where it may have been less than desirable, less than favorable. Doesn't have to be stressful, but less than desirable. You know, you were late for work, you answered the phone when you should have, you look at the phone with a stupid text, or, you know, whatever it is. I want you to take a second to think about a single moment. You know, you're in traffic, you know, whatever it is that was less than desirable. And I want you to walk through that moment. I want you to think about how it began and the processes throughout until it ended. When you had that heightened stress, that heightened discomfort, do you ever remember breathing through any of that process? Do you remember a time throughout the week? And a lot of us don't. And we're going to dive into that. Do you remember a time this week that was a great moment? You know, you got that phone call you wanted or that text you wanted. You got that raise, whatever it is. You were so excited. You were jumping for joy. You were calling, sharing with everybody. Do you remember breathing? A lot of us don't. That's why we have a difficult time with gratitude. Because when we have things positive go on, that lack of breath, that lack of taking all that in, we forget to do that. Okay. So with breathing, it says something that we do every second of the day that we don't even think about, but it is the most powerful key to transform our lives. From the moment we're born until we take that last breath. It is a steady rhythm that carries us through every experience, every single experience, every triumph, and every challenge. but how many people have told you how important it is? Breathing can literally change everything in your life when you do it intentionally. So I want to look at some things. I want to break it down mentally, spiritually, and physically when it comes to the benefits of breathing. So, like I said before, when we start with mentally, all those situations that were not favorable to you, were you breathing? Breathing is like a magic wand for the mind, if you want to think about it like that. Just a wave, just a breath. And it works like magic. So when life feels overwhelming, your breath is the remote control to your nervous system. The nervous system sends out all those impulses. That's your fight or flight, your reasoning, all those things. Breathing is the remote control for that. You can slow it down and dial down stress. If you deepen it, you're allowing in clarity and calmness. And we're going to work through some of these in a little bit. So just keep that in mind. Scientific studies have shown that conscious breathing can lower your cholesterol, which is a stress hormone, or excuse me, your cortisol, which is a stress hormone. Breathing can improve your focus. And like Queen Edith has been talking about, and King Shawn, it can increase your neuroplasticity, your neuroplasticity, which is your brain's ability to adapt and grow. Did anybody want to touch on the neuroplasticity thing again really quickly? Either of you? No, we're good.
Yeah, definitely. So when you combine the breath work with neuroplasticity, what it does is that it allows for your brain to rewire new thoughts, new patterns, so to speak. So think think of it as like a computer or a hard drive. So when you're focused on breathing and breath work, as she's mentioning, that's why it's very, very imperative that anytime that you are looking as far as to overcome a certain habit or limited belief, the breath work and neuroplasticity is so important because if you are trying to get over a self-limited belief such as like doubt or maybe fear of public speaking, but yet you're not using such techniques such as breath work, you're not allowing for your mind to be reprogrammed with a new thought or a positive habit. It's no way, because the subconscious mind, which is back here, that limited belief that you have of, say for instance, fear of public speaking, it's stored and it's the most dominant. So it's always going to come back to remind you, if you're not using any of the tools, it's going to come back to remind you like, hey, you remember when you was in the ninth grade and you remember when you tried to speak in front of your school and how ashamed or how embarrassed you was because you were stuttering or maybe you slipped, something traumatic, and it's going to come up like real big, just like a as clear as day.
Mhm.
And so breath work is very important. And in terms of neuroplasticity, it goes hand in hand. That's something that you really want to focus on, I would say, on a daily basis. So great stuff.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. And Grand Rising to Queen Tina Berry, aka Straight No Chaser, with the Queen with the United Empires of Akiba line as well. Grand Rising Queen.
May I add something?
Please
I'm
do.
sorry for the background noise, but you know how they say just stop, breathe. That it gives you the opportunity to just think,
Mhm.
reassess, and adjust. Once again, then you adjust your thinking to something which is important. In other words, okay, this situation has happened. Who? How am I? What am I going to do? How do I don't, rather than go and then you're all over the place, and this whatever it is that's going on begins to control you. But when you stop, pause, and breathe. What you do is you begin to take control, which
Yes.
is powerful. So I just wanted to
Yes.
add that. Thank you, King.
Thank you both. Thank you. So true. So very true. So when you're thinking about that, so think about anxiety. Like they just said, anxiety strikes when what happens? Your breath gets short and shallow. Okay. So when this is happening, there's a lack of oxygen to your brain. You're not thinking, there's a lack of clarity there. Right. Now you so this happens, somebody said this, that fight or flight situation. Now you're not breathing in that oxygen. The blood flow's not going right. You understand? So when you consciously slow it down, you can reclaim your peace without needing anything but yourself to do that. Like they just said, we are emotional creatures, right? It's so difficult for a lot of us to find a balance with logic and emotion. And you tell people, when you're too emotional, or you're so like, it's one or the other, but there has to be a balance. There always has to be emotion in what we do. That is that God gene, that is that compassion gene, right? But there needs to be logic. And that logic comes consciously when you take a moment and take a breath. Okay. So looking at breath work from a spiritual aspect, right? Breath work is a bridge to something bigger. So across every ancient tradition, and I know we have people are of different backgrounds, different belief systems, of all different types, but it's been proven this breathing, breath work, breath exercise, however you want to say it, this is an ancient practice. This is nothing new that we're talking about. Okay. This is from the beginning of time. Okay. The importance of breath work has been there. Okay. Queen Edith talked about, what she mentioned, it'd be in the Holy weekend, Holy Saturday, Holy Sunday, Good Friday. And if you want to look into the Bible, talking about breathing life into, right? So it's been since the beginning of time, the importance of the breath, from yoga to martial arts, to indigenous practices, to Christianity. It's always been revered as sacred. Breathing deeply connects you to the present moment. So like King Shawn said, when you're frustrated, when you're, when you're not got it all together, okay, that neuroplasticity is going to bridge that gap. That deep breathing, now you're here. This happened in 9th grade. Oh my gosh, it's Sunday and I don't want to go to work Monday. It's Sunday at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, and you're stressed out about tomorrow, right? Not even the rest of the week, just the Mondays, just having a case of the Mondays, right? But when you take the time to breathe deeply, excuse me. I've got dry mouth. Well, hold on just a second. Pardon me. It connects you to the present moment. So everything that happened then, everything that's going to happen in that present moment, you can recenter yourself, you can realign yourself, and you can focus on what's going on, and you can sort those things out. Even with the past is the past. You can't change it. But right now in this moment, you can take a breath and say, why am I so hung up on whatever happened in 9th grade? What is it about this situation? And in the present moment, get that clarity that you need. The present moment is where everything real and meaningful happens. What happened in the past is gone. And there is no future. If that makes any sense. If you don't wake up tomorrow, this is your last breath, there is no future. Does that make sense to anybody? When it comes to thinking how you really hone in on that, you take every breath like it is your last. So what is your future like in the present? Where are we at in the present? Okay. When you breathe with intention, you come home to yourself. You peel away the noise, you peel away the distractions, and you remember that you are enough right here and right now. When you take a breath, you realize that somebody else's expectations are not necessarily your own. And you get to set up your life, your day, your moments accordingly. Through breath, you can touch that quiet place inside where wisdom is, that place beyond fear, that place beyond ego, where you can say, I am enough. You know what I mean? People, we talk about in nursing, suicidal ideation, and working with senior citizens, they'll say things like that. You have senior citizens, and it's very sad to watch, that literally are praying to God and they really don't understand why they're still here. I'm going through this, I'm living through this, it's just too much to bear, all these different things, right? And they can't seem to get out of it. That is a scary place to be. What happens if you just take a moment to just be here outside of the ego? Because there are people that say that mean that, but then you don't. And when they say that, here's the thing, when they say that, it's always, do you have a plan? Do they have a plan? And you're supposed to talk through their plan with them. Yes, how would you do it? They don't have a plan. How serious are they? But they are, though. You see what I'm saying? But we have people all the time in ego that don't take a breath. And people say all the time, I'll just kill myself. I just want to die. Excuse me, social media platforms. These words that I'm using are for educational purposes. So please don't go striking. Okay? We're all adults here. We're not going to play this game, these word games on social media, with all due respect. This is not a threatening conversation. So do not strike or ban this content. Thank you. Okay. So people say that, but that's out of ego. So what if I say to, Queen Edith, this job, I just hate this job. I just wish I could just die. That's ego talking. Just take a breath. Take a breath. There are nurses. There have been stories about nurses and just people in general, but nursing, that you're working hard, working all these shifts. Nurses work crazy shifts. I know people that have 3-4 jobs. I don't understand it. I'm gonna leave that there. But there have been stories about people that have been overworked, coming home from work, trying to take care of their families and do the right thing, and they have lost their lives. Not taking a breath, being overworked, not taking a breath and saying, in this moment, this is where I am. This is what I need. This is what I deserve. This is what I want. A lot of times we don't know what we want because we don't know what we don't want. And that might sound backwards, but I've been asking people here lately, what is it that, adults, what is it that you want? I don't know. I don't know what I want. But what don't you want? Start there. And it requires you taking a breath and tapping into your inner self, that inner spiritual being that you are, and discovering those things. Make sense? I'm going to pause for a second. Anybody have anything? Go ahead. King.
First and foremost, that was well illustrated on how the way you framed that. I absolutely love that. And I put a comment, excuse me, in the comment section. And in terms of nurses, like, shout outs to all the nurses all around the world, because the type of work that you guys do is like, I just sit there and I just be like, wow, like so much you give of yourself. And just the servanthood aspect of doing the long hours, doing like 2 and 3 shifts. I don't know how you guys do it personally, But that takes to me like a very special gift or talent. That's first and foremost because you're dealing with people, all different types of attitudes and different things, and it is very emotional and spiritual as well. So I would definitely want to go ahead and get that out the way. The second thing is this, and what you said, which was very powerful, is that, and this is one of the things in which that when I'm coaching or mentoring somebody,
Mhm.
right, and I don't care as far as if they say like, listen, I want to be a billionaire, I want to be in real estate, development, whatever the case, right? Doesn't matter. One of the first things I like to ask that individual is, what is it that you really want, right? What is your why? And
Mhm.
I don't want to hear no surface level stuff because we as human beings, we've been programmed and trained, right, for surface level stuff, right? I want to be a millionaire, right? I want 3 or 4 cars, right? I want a pony, whatever the case is, I don't care. But when you really get down to it and stop, really just take a deep breath, have some time to yourself and ask the question, what is it that you truly want? I can tell you from experience, it's a major game changer because you're going to make sure that you're in alignment on what you're supposed to be doing when you truly know what you want. The late great Bob Proctor, he used to talk about that a lot. What is it that you really want? And in his discovery, and in my discovery as well, most people don't have the foggiest idea on what they really want, Queens. They really, really don't. And so when you said that, I was like, man, I was so much in agreement with that because for myself for a long time prior until I came under, the knowledge in which we're speaking about, I didn't know what I really want. I thought I knew what I want, right? I thought I wanted the material shiny things because I was tired of being broke and tired of being in a poverty mindset. But when you know what you truly want, when you have that conversation with your divine creator, and for me, it's Jesus Christ, right? For you, it can be differently. But when you know exactly on what you want, and it's deep embedded here in your spirit, and no one can deter you by a few words on changing that because you know exactly on what you want, you find yourself like really taking the time out to develop your gifts,
Mhm.
such as partnerships such as this come into play because you truly know what you want. So the universe, right, or God, however you frame it, will work in your favor because you are crystal clear. You know exactly on what you want, and you also know what you don't want. And so that actually helps a lot. So I just wanted to say something on that because when you said it, it was so powerful. And I was like, ding, 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 ding. And then when you add on the breath
Mhm.
work exercises, look, it's a game changer. It's kind of hard to describe it. You just have to really experience it for yourself, honestly, or get someone such as myself or Professor Edith or even Queen G to walk you through that because it is amazing. And so that's all I got for you for right now. I'll let
Thank you, King. I love
Professor
it.
chime in.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did you want
Feel
to
free.
say anything?
Most definitely. Listen, when you look at a baby born, when that you we think the first thing a child does is cry. The first thing a child does is breathe.
Yes.
The moment a baby is born, that moment they take their first breath, they realize they're alive on earth and they start screaming.
Mhm.
Okay, so, and Queen, the nature of the work you and I do, I mean, you do it on a much higher level, but we
Wow.
watch people pass away or transition all the time. You come in breathing, you go out breathing. Okay, so breathing is life. And you said something very profound. You said breathing brings you into yourself. That was very, very profound to me. So, what that means to me is that when there's so much chaos around me and I have the tendency to react, if I can just take that minute and breathe, I could rather respond in a way that is helpful than react in ways that could make the situation worse. I want to touch on this with husbands and wives, with families, parents and children. When your husband, or let me use spouse, when your spouse says something to you or does something and you so much want to give them your mind, just taking that time to breathe will bring peace, will foster peace more than make the situation worse.
Yes.
It is so important that we breathe, come to ourselves, readjust this, not allowing outside to influence us so much that we take the wrong action as a reaction to something that was said or done to us. So, breathing, even in argument and in marriage, fosters peace and allows the home to be a place that we all can breathe and grow. This is so key. Queen, you did a great work talking about breathing and how it's actually really grounds us. Find
Yeah.
our grounding. And you know what? What I will add to breathing is breathing with your feet on the ground, with your feet on the earth. It is so healing. Oxygen needs to go into every corner of our lives. A brain without oxygen dies. It's put on all kinds of things. Okay? When we breathe deep, diaphragmatic breathing goes deep to our diaphragm and comes into our brain. There's an energy that comes to us. So we cannot. And we think we're breathing. Let me say this. We have a client who is on oxygen. And one day I was going out with her. She had the portable and it kept beeping like that thing is beeping behind me. And I kept saying, why is this thing beeping? And the system says, breathing not found, breath not found. Sometimes we think we're breathing, but we are not. But we are not. And as a student, taking the time to breathe helps me absorb more when I study. So breathing is a very powerful gift we have been given. Let's enjoy it. Let's use it for
Yeah.
all the health benefits you can imagine.
Absolutely. And like you said, when it comes to the physical aspect of it, you know, we don't think about it physically. But like you said, oxygen, you need that oxygen not just to go to your brain, but to every part of your body. The lungs, the heart, your digestion system. If you're not breathing properly, good posture and whatnot, it affects your digestion. Um, with athletes, they use it for training to enhance endurance. Doctors use it to help patients recover. Somewhere, you're going to get a tooth extracted or, some kind of procedure, maybe an injection, they say, take a breath, right? Because it is altering that trauma effect. Okay. So it's very powerful. If you all have seen King Shine, we're going to do some little exercise there in just a second. I'm going to show you all 4 different ones, and I'm going to put this on the screen so you all can see. And I'll also put it on our social media pages, and we can share that out for you all. But if you all saw King Sean a little while ago, he's got some muscle stuff going on, right? So before we came on, he's doing his neck. We were talking about stretching and whatnot. So here's the thing, and I've had to learn this, and yoga is really great to incorporate breath work. But when we're doing this physically, we're talking about physical, incorporating breath work into physical health. When you're stretching, when you're walking, we need to be breathing, when you're stretching, slow motions. And what you're doing, if my neck is upset or my back, I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to breathe in. And when I'm breathing in, wherever that pain is, I'm going to breathe in clean oxygen. I'm going to breathe in healing to that spot. And you're going to feel it. You're going to sit and feel. You're just going to take your time and breathe in and see that energy go into that spot. And then you're going to be releasing that discomfort, that stress, that tension. And you take your time and you're breathing out when you're moving, when you're going around, you're breathing in and you're taking your time with it. Breathing in and visualizing that breath going to that space is going to produce healing. You're having digestion issues. You're going to breathe that energy in to that digestive area. And you're going to allow that breath to speak to that area. That cancer, it's not your cancer. That emphysema, not your emphysema. You're going to breathe in life to that. And you're going to exhale that disease, that stress, that tension. You're going to breathe that in, that healing, and release whatever is not supposed to be in your body. And when you start to do it on a regular basis, you'll see how your body feels different. You're not waking up with that back pain. That arthritis is gone. So that joint pain is gone. And of course, that's incorporated with living a better lifestyle. We want to eat properly, what we put in our bodies. That all goes into it as well. But it's something as simple as breath work can heal your body. Okay. So we're going to do a few of them. I'm going to show you all a few of them. Okay. And I'll put it, let me see. Well, never mind. Okay. So the first one's called box breathing. Okay. This is what Navy SEALs use to stay calm under pressure. How about, and I'm going to put, because I'll put this on social media platforms and I'll put in a form where I might do a course, just short breathing courses. I'm going to put those up somewhere. But with box breathing, okay, this is for staying calm, okay? This is going to reset your nervous system and create instant calm. So how it works is, you're listening? We're going to inhale for 4 seconds. You're going to hold it for 4 seconds. And then you're going to exhale for 4 seconds. And when you exhale, you're going to hold that breath out for 4 seconds. So it's 4 in, hold for 4, 4 out, hold for 4. Let's try it 3 times, okay? In order for this to help kind of calm you, it said that's a good idea to do it for about 5 minutes, okay? But we're going to do 3 rounds of it, okay? So let's breathe in and hold it. And exhale and hold. Let's breathe in. Hold it. Exhale. Hold it. One more time. Breathe in. Hold it. Exhale. Hold it. Okay. That's box breathing. So it's either 4, 4, 4. Okay. And that's going to be able to calm you, calm that nervous system, reset your nervous system. Okay. The next one is called 4, 7, 8 breathing. This is a practice that helps regulate your parasympathetic nervous system. It is perfect for ending your day in peace. The parasympathetic nervous system is what sends impulses to your brain to send impulses to your body. It's where you're calming yourself from that fight or flight situation. Okay. So with the 4-7-8 breathing, this is for deep relaxation and for sleep. How that works is you inhale through your nose for 4 counts. You hold your breath for 7 counts. And you exhale audibly through your mouth for 8 counts. Now, before we do it, I'm going to show you what I mean by audibly, okay? So I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to hold it. And breathe out. Ooh. You hear where you breathe that out like that, okay? Let's give it a couple goes. Let's try 3 times. So it's going to be 4, hold, breathe in for 4, hold for 7, breathe out audibly for 8. Let's try it. Let's do 2. Let's do 2. Ready? Here we go. Breathe in. Hold it. Exhale. Ooh. Breathe in. Hold it. Exhale. Ooh. And that's how that works. That's something that you're going to do for 4 cycles. And again, you're going to do that when you're in the bed relaxing, you're comfortable, your body's relaxed, your shoulders are not tense, you're not grinding your teeth or whatnot. And you're just going to lay there in your peace, in your silence, and do that. Okay. It's a great thing to incorporate into your prayer or your meditation as you end your day. Okay. Got 2 more. The third one is, and let me go back because I'm reading, so I want to make sure there's no comments. So we got the box breathing. Gotcha. I'm sorry, y'all. Yes. Thank you, Queen Kathy. Thank you. I'm gonna put you in charge of this, King, so everybody can see these comments. Okay. So the third one is the breath of life. This is for energizing and detoxifying. Okay. This awakens your mind and your body, charging you with vibrant energy. This one's fun. So this is the breath of fire. So you're going to sit tall and you're going to rapidly inhale and exhale through your nose with equal emphasis. But when you're inhaling and exhaling, you're going to pump your belly with each breath. Okay. You want to do about 2 to 3 breaths per second, starting with 30 seconds, and then you can build up to 2 minutes. So let's just take some rapid, deep breaths, 2 to 3 breaths per second, and let's do it for 30 seconds. Let's see. Okay, and we're going to pump this into our bellies, okay? It's not our lungs. We're going to go into our bellies. And this is going to energize and detoxify. So let's try it. A few breaths in and out equally. I can feel it. It feels fun. Oh, I don't know. That feels fun. Who do you all think? I like that one. I like that one a lot. And it does feel energizing. I should have started out with that. That is the breath of life. I should have started out with that one.
Yeah, it do feel very energized. It feel funny too. Like right here, it's almost
It
like,
did.
wow. Wow, I didn't know about that one. That's pretty
No,
cool though.
yeah. Oh, that's a
Hmm.
fun one. That's a great way to start your day, I think.
You know, breathing and squeezing
Okay.
my stomach in and out. I'm feeling it on my lower back, which is so helpful. Like,
Yeah.
whew, that
Interesting.
is
Yeah.
good.
On my lower back too.
And
Interesting.
it will be good for flattening stomach as well.
There you
That
Mm,
go.
that
Oh, I
is
love
that
that.
is amazing. Thank
that
you.
is.
I
Wow.
love that. So if you all are upset, next time you're upset, go ahead and do that and just, I don't know. I just wanted to kind of giggle, you just kind of giggle and like, well, take a breath. What am I upset about?
Right.
That was super fun.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
goodness.
was.
Okay. So, and like I said, I'm gonna put these up on the social media
Queen, I don't
platforms.
mean to cut you, but
No, do.
you know you're feeling it everywhere. Even in my woman part, like it's
Mm-hmm.
almost like you're doing some kind of cervical even exercise. I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling it it feels good. Husbands and
Yes,
wife, try it, you will be surprised.
absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, that was so fun. Oh yeah, that was fun.
Hmm.
Um,
Cool.
okay,
So that's
so
good. Cool.
yes,
Cool. It's cool.
the last one. Oh, and before I say that, when we were talking about earlier, just sending that energy to your body, that might be a good one just to revive your whole body, and just touch spots that you don't even know need to be addressed through breathing. Because like Queen just said, you felt it everywhere and it was kind of radiating. I felt it radiating downward, and then coming more so upward. So yeah, go ahead and let that breath speak to your body for sure. I love that. Oh, okay. The last one is coherent breathing. This is for emotional balance. And all you're going to do, it harmonizes your heart rate by boosting emotional resilience. So all you're going to do is breathe in for 5 seconds and breathe out for 5 seconds. And you're going to do a steady stream for 5 minutes. So it's 5, 5, and 5. And we'll just do it for a couple seconds. And I won't count. Let's just, for some emotional balance, let's just take a second and let's breathe in for 5, out for 5. And just do it for just a little while and see how it feels. Let's go. Make sure you're relaxing your shoulders and you're comfortable and nothing's tense when you're doing this. Because a lot of times when we're tense, we're not breathing properly and our minds are somewhere else. So if you just relax and just let everything go and just take those slow, steady breaths. Like King Sean said last week, just loosen everything. Just feel that tingle in your hands, in your feet. Just feel free, almost like you're floating. Just take those slow, rhythmic breaths in and out. And nothing else matters but this moment, the moment that you're breathing in and everything else that you don't want breathing out. Look at it like a balance, that yin and yang, that balance where everything's just balanced. You're not stressed. You're not distracted. You're not frustrated. You just are in every breath. How does that feel? Feel calming, feel healthy. How does that feel? These are ways for you to find balance in your life. You don't have to win a lottery. You don't have to climb a mountain. You don't even have to find the perfect place to start transforming your life. All you have to do is breathe consciously, deliberately, and deeply. Every inhale is an invitation to a new start, an invitation to a change of mindset, an adjusted attitude, a higher perspective. And every exhale is a release for everything internally that has you bound, that has you overwhelmed, that has you distracted and unaligned. Just release. Under your breath, you can heal, you can grow, and you can thrive. And that's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to turn it over to the rest of the panel.
I'm still breathing.
That was very relaxing. Very
I'm
relaxing.
so this is awesome, Queen. Thank you. This is awesome. This is also enlightening. The power of breathing. Wow. The things we do not take the time to do. And this does not cost money for now.
Mm-hmm.
This does not cost money. It's a free gift to
100%.
bring you health, to bring you balance, wholeness. Okay, to allow you to even have peace at home and self-control. It's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I need to read more about breathing. Seriously. We use it in therapy, the box breathing and all the things, but talking about it gives you so much insight.
Yes,
Thank you. This is powerful. Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you all. I hope you all enjoyed that. In the audience, we love your feedback. Um, a couple of things. I'm so relaxed now. I don't even know. I don't want to talk. But a couple of things though. We do want to stay connected with you all. We're going to put this on Facebook page, the Peak Wellness Hour page. And I need to go back and tag everybody. We want you to share this information, okay? So make sure you subscribe to our Facebook page. However, and we have some good stuff over there, okay? Make sure you follow King Shawn. He is always doing podcasts, and I'll be trying to pop up. So make sure you set your notifications for us. Queen Edith does so as well, because he dives into some amazing things. Thank you, Queen Kathy B. Thank you so much, Queen. He dives into some amazing things, and so we want you to catch things. But for all of you that are not a fan of Facebook, we want to stay connected with you. We do have amazing things on there that we're putting on there. I know I put some Gaia content on there. And this week, we actually have, I just posted it. Let me share with you all. I just posted it for today on the Peak Wellness Hour page. What I learned holding my breath for 22 minutes. So this is, I can share it for free. I will let you off if you want to, while I'm talking, I'll let you read the description while I'm talking. I don't know if you can see it, but I haven't seen this one. I'm excited to see it and see what's happening with it. You have 3 days to watch it. I can share it for free for 3 days. And so up until Tuesday. However, if you need the content again, if you would like us to send this to you, you can put it in the instant message on Facebook or reach out to us. peakwellnesshour@gmail.com. I'm letting you all read that. But yeah, so we're going to be looking at that. If you want to see that conversation, go ahead and look at that. If you do not, let me change this back. Hang on. Where are we at? Hold on, y'all. Okay. So if you do not do Facebook, you can email us. I can give that to you. We can always send that information out. We want to encourage you also to think about signing up with us on the WhatsApp. I know everybody, different people are weird with technology. If you text your name and the word peak to 317-661-1264, we will certainly add you to that conversation, and we'll put the same information in there also. For those of you that are not do not know what WhatsApp is, it's kind of like a group texting kind of thing. And so we'll send information out and we can connect. We would love to hear your thoughts on our shows. We love to hear any kind of topics that you'd like to hear about. So that's going to be a great way for us to network. It's a safe space. It's an invitational space. Please do not be disrespectful and utilize that number for anything other than what it is purposed for. Okay. You're not going to reach anybody on this panel doing so with malintent. Okay. So please don't do that. But we want to create a safe space and give different options without overwhelming everyone. So you all check that out. So I'll start putting this content on there today. So definitely reach out to us with that. Please invite a friend to subscribe to our channels so we can grow and get this conversation out there, all these conversations that we have. Okay. What else? Oh, one more thing on the Facebook page, and I'm gonna tag you all too. I am going to post the breath of life. And that's through Spirit Science. You can find it on YouTube. That exercise changed my life. And it is a self-affirming exercise, and it guides you through amazing breath work. So you can watch that whenever you want to. There's no expiration on that, but I'm gonna put that in the Facebook section also. You all got to watch that, and I would really, really love your feedback on that video. I think it's maybe 15 minutes. So check that out. I'm super excited to grow with you all. We are super excited to grow with you all. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let King Shawn, first of all, tell us, because we're out of time, tell us what we have going on for next Saturday. And then we're going to have Queen Edith take us out. We want you to mention Peak Homecare Associates too. So King, tell us what, take us out. Tell us what we got going on Saturday, the 26th, you all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a very historic event. This will be my first ever speaker expo that I will be getting to host. There will be 9 dynamic powerhouse speakers. We have 2 that's actually here. We have Queen G and also Professor Edith that's going to be a part of this amazing event. This is going to be something which is going to be a dream come true, right? Because I've been a part of a lot of different summits and speaking expos, but to be able to spearhead my very first one, it's very, very exciting. And I'm more excited for the speakers just to hear their stories, because there's going to be so much greatness on display. And so that's going to be next week, as she mentioned. It's going to be a virtual event at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are interested in attending, the tickets is only $10. And so by all means, please feel free to reach out to myself or Queen G or Professor Edith for more information. But I'm telling you guys, it's going to be amazing. And I'm very excited about it. So indeed, the first of many, by the way, the first of many.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm super excited about it. And I don't know, I think, did we put it on the Facebook page? You all can go to King Shawn's page, Shawn A White, and get the information. I don't know, King, if you put it on your if you put it on your
I gotta double check that. Because I think I tried before and I'm not sure if it went through or not, but I'll double check that today for sure, just to make sure.
Okay. And I'll definitely put it on the Peak Wellness Hour page. You can go to Eventbrite. You can go to, as a matter of fact, yeah, you can go to Eventbrite, and it's under SBN, Small Business Network, first annual Speakers Expo. So I'm going to connect that also on the Facebook page for the Peak Wellness Hour. So yes, Eventbrite's definitely going to have that for you. So make sure you tune in. It's virtual, you all. So no matter where you are at,
Correct.
you can be a part of it. So I'm very
Correct.
excited about that. Like King said, it's the first of many for him. I'm super excited. I'm very, very excited.
I want to add on one more thing before we pass
Please.
over to Professor Edith. You know what? I've been so proud of these ladies here. I mean, like just the level of consistency, their selflessness, right? I mean, their schedules are so busy that on a Saturday they can be doing anything else, guys, anything else. And guess what? They would have every right to, literally. But for the fact that they come here on a I'm sorry, every Saturday on a consistent basis, that speaks volumes. And that really attracted me to want to be a part of what they're doing. And so I just wanted to give these queens their flowers because I'm telling you, the minds, that they have, fire and ice, ebony and ivory, in which I like to call them, it's just a perfect blend, like seriously. And I'm just very excited as far as for the next phase because we're going to be creating a lot of different things, for you guys. And I'm just like excited, honestly. I mean, a perfect partnership in my book, in my book. So that's all I wanted to say. Professor, you can take it away.
And real quick, thank you so much because we absolutely just drug this king in here. Not drug like he was not here on his free will, but we just incorporated him in. He just came in and we just fell in love with the messages and the energy and the delivery of this wisdom. So thank you for being a part of this. I don't know if you saw it coming, but I'm super excited. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know if he saw it coming either. He came on once
Mm-mm.
and we pulled him in slowly. Thank you for making the time. Thank you for being here, being the king in our lives on this platform. Thank you so much. Making it possible for other kings to be part of it as well. Well, friends and family, it's always a great opportunity to come your way. And we determine to bring you value on your Saturday mornings because your time is worth it. Okay, we've come to the end of this. These 3 weeks have been different, have been enlightening, have been empowering. These two royals have done amazing work. So thank you for taking the time. We hope and pray that you're taking time to incorporating these things, being mindful. You see, breathing brings you into awareness, which is mindfulness. And we hope and pray that you're really not just listening, but taking the time to incorporate this. Because what is all this if we are not using it to achieve wholeness, body, soul, and spirit? So it is our hope and my prayer that this is adding value and making a difference to your life, impacting you all around your businesses, your marriages, your single life, your family life, whatever it is you're doing, that it's impacting you positively. Okay. And I have to say that this was brought to you. It's always brought to you. If you want to sponsor us, please reach out to us. It's brought to you by Peak Home Care Associates, a non-medical home care agency in the state of Indiana, central Indiana. We serve the general Indianapolis area. Our offices are in Noblesville. You can reach us through any of the information below. Phone number, email, through our website, on our Facebook page, Picom Care Associates. Tomorrow is Sunday. I invite you to come to church. You don't have to come to Charismatic Evangelistic Ministry as much as I want you to, but go to church. Okay, go to church. It's a very significant holiday for me. It's the most significant. Go to church, go give thanks, go give God glory. Okay, we meet 8100 East 106th Street, Suite 260, yes, in Fishers, Indiana. We are there from 9:30 to 11:30. We start early, finish early, and tomorrow everybody wear white. If you're coming to me, wear white. Let's celebrate the resurrection together. Wishing you a great Easter, a blessed Easter, that once again Jesus arose, right? Arise from wherever you are laying, arise from it and soar to greater heights. Until we come your way next time, tell Queen G I say God bless her mightily. God reward her. God restore the time, the effort, and everything to her and bring fruits to her life. Tell her I said that, okay? And thank you, King, for being here always, spending your Saturday mornings. Thank you all so much. And of course, my greatest honor to your king, Queen, that
Thank you.
he lets you just be here this Saturday, every Saturday morning.
My king is a
Thank
very
you.
patient one. Very patient. I'm
Yeah,
very grateful.
yes, indeed. He seems
Yes.
like it. So, well, you guys have an amazing Easter celebration until we come your way. Next week, are we meeting? Are we being here? Because we have that great expo Saturday evening. So let's think about it and share.
I have
One,
time. I don't know
one,
what King Sean looks like. Go ahead, King.
yeah, two things. One, absolutely, and secondly, where will King be on? Because I would love to be able to have him on.
I'm gonna have you call him.
Can he come on next Saturday?
I'm gonna have you. We're gonna find a time. I know. We talked about when to do
Yeah.
focus on fathers and men in June.
Yep.
So I'm definitely gonna have him
Please,
on by June.
please,
I'm working
please,
on it. I'm
please,
working on it, y'all. So
please.
y'all, I tell y'all what, in the comment section and peek, make sure y'all tell at Kevin Tardy that we are waiting on him to
Come on,
grace us
man.
with his
King
presence.
Tardy, we're waiting on you. We
Come
can't
on, brother.
wait to have you.
Come on, now, brother. Come on, man. I'm
And
telling you.
before we go with that, we honor our men. We honor all of you that are connected with us, that are so faithful in this journey with us, and we are with that. That is the case with you all too. We are committed to you all in bringing greatness. But I do want to make sure you see this king on here, who is an amazing visionary. We want to see some more kings. We want to see some more kings that are not connected, not just with Peak Wellness Hour, but with Transformation Greatness and with SBN Small Business Network. We want to see you all connect outside of these spaces. I want to see it. I want to see you all in the streets collaborating. When you see somebody, a strong, confident man, okay, that's all we deal with,
All
and
right.
we respect our men, we respect our women.
She
We need
froze.
to link up with individuals like that. And I want, this is a call to action to the kings out there to connect with this king. Um, Connect with my king. Connect with the Black Men's Group on Facebook, BMG, with my king,
Yes.
Uncle Brian Carter. Connect
Yes.
with other men that are doing positive things in community. Connect with Mind Games Uncut, D Mays, doing positive things. Like I said, he's
D-Maze.
done in Atlanta with
Ooh,
King Sean, doing positive things, making
let's go.
positive changes.
Let's
Take a
go.
breath, take a breath, get out of your ego and say, as a man, I want to connect with other strong men. As a woman, I want to connect with other strong women.
Correct.
Take a breath and get out of your ego and be in the presence of greatness.
I'm trying to tell you. It's a
You
beautiful
know
thing.
what I'll
It's
add
a
to this?
beautiful
Let's
thing.
take away the competition.
Mhm.
Because I can never do what
Ooh.
Queen G does. I promise you. And it's not
No,
even
likewise.
I can't. And there are things I do that she probably may not be also be able to
Mhm.
do. So
Right.
we 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 complement. Let's stop the competition. There
Mhm.
isn't
Absolutely.
any. There really
Absolutely.
isn't any. And even if we're all doing the same thing, you know what? There are people I will reach, and there are
Mhm.
people she will reach and he will reach that you will never reach.
Correct.
So we are all called to be something for somebody and not for everybody. Let's take away the competition. It's not good. And if it's
Abundant
going to be
mindset.
competitive, let it be healthy. The
Thank you.
Yes.
one that encourages us all to grow and be better. Okay. Have an
And it's about
amazing
the
Easter.
abundance, and it's about the abundance mindset. Like seriously, like we're in a time right now where so much opportunities. There's like so many different things that's coming about in which you can shine. But I love as far as what you said when we can just get rid of the ego or push the ego to the side and have it not about me, but we as a collective. Beautiful things can come about. I'm telling you. You see that every day. So
Absolutely. Love it. So until next time, stay tuned. We wish you peace, love, and blessings.
Blessings.
indeed.
Take care.